a discontinued item now, but we were able to sell other buddies, so it was very successful and just putting out there some interest. And I think adding the baby in, I hate to say using your kids, but please, I mean, that's part of your persona. If you have kids, other people that have kids will connect with that on a personal level, and you'll be able to bring those sales in because of that whole thing. So feel free, no regret, use your children. Anybody else want to share an experience they've had by using some of the same techniques? Yes, right here. Can I have you stand up and talk to the back? They're not hearing you.
I have a friend / customer, and she loves Scentsy. And she has a warmer in her office. And I would say probably like 6 months ago, she bought this warmer. It's one of the gallery frames that are discontinued. And she posted it on Instagram and then on Facebook. And I don't know what scent she had in it, but it was like mocha doodle and I don't know, crumb top or something. And after she posted that picture and tagged me in it, she had numerous people commenting on that. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, who's your consultant? Blah, blah, blah. And so from there, I was able to get some new contacts and drop off a catalog and to a particular woman that just lived around the corner from me.
Great. So just the simplest steps. Just share what you have, and things will come your way. That's the whole idea of social media. So sharing things online is one of the big things, and you'll see that as a running theme throughout this breakout session. You'll hear the other consultants in their videos talk about sharing it and various forms of that. Sean and Wendy also say that if you don't know where to start, just start from where you are. Many of you have indicated that maybe you're not as savvy in some of the social media sites as others of you, and that's okay. You don't have to be an expert tomorrow after having come to this class. Start from where you are, take the friends and relatives and things like that you have, and start an intentful persona building exercise. And to help you with that, Scentsy has built a tool that you'll be able to use and download from your resources tab of your workstation called the 30-Day Share Plan. I understand it will be out at least sometime before the end of, I'm going to say spring, the world tour. So you should see that on your workstation in your resources tab. Look for the 30-Day Share Plan. And if you just don't have any idea where to start, this resource will help you start looking towards a 30-day plan to get your persona where it needs to be, using the 3 Ps of building that personality, building the promotion, and building that purpose. So take a look at that resource. But just start where you are, stay focused, and include a plan in that. You want a goal for what you're going to do online, and that having a plan is part of that. So after we've built our persona and we have a pretty good standing of customers out there and things like that, we need to start looking at what our strategy is for social selling. Selling starts with relationship building, as we said off the top, and you'll hear that through the experts' videos as well. But social selling can replicate the same personal type of environment that a home party rep has. So it can be almost as personal as being right there in the room if you do something like a Facebook party. How many of you have tried a Facebook party? So there's quite a few of you that already use this, and that's great. So it can replicate that same impersonal party experience. But it also focuses on convenience. Maybe you know some people that don't have the ability to do a home party in an evening, or they don't want to endeavor into a basket party or something like that. I know quite a few that have come to me and said, well, what do I do? They're a labor and delivery nurse and they work all night, but they want to host a party. How do you do that? Well, basket party is one, but Facebook parties or social media type environments can lend to that as well and give them the convenience of having a party and not necessarily having to have it be a standard 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. type of thing. It's also good for guests that don't normally or can't attend your party can go online to Facebook and be able to attend that party and see what they need to see and be able to experience that same party. So social selling is something that you can integrate into a social media experience as well. Some of the examples we've kind of already talked about: posting a picture of you and one of your favorite products, or one of your kids and their favorite product. You can encourage hosts or customers to post online for you. When you have a host that you've connected with post to your site, what does that do for you? When you post, or when you add comments to that same post, then you're connecting with all of her friends or all of that person's friends, right? And that's where that persona comes in, because any of your interests may connect with somebody that you don't even know that was in their friend list, okay? So when they share on your page, then that connects that conversation to a lot more people. Obviously, you want to share about corporate specials, the Scent of the Month and Warmer of the Month, and those types of things. Those are some things that will generate a lot of positivity, because who doesn't want something for 10% off? Okay? So these are just some examples of what you would do to post. There's quite a few others as well. We actually have a couple of different consultants in this video that are talking about what they do for social selling. I understand one of them has changed her name, so I'm going to say it the way it's her married name is Edie Cody, I think, Cody. And I have to be pronounced. It used to be Pelletier, and I'm not a good French speaker, so excuse me if you're in here, Edie. So we have Edie, and then we have Becky Sattler that are giving us some examples of what they do for social selling.
Facebook parties is pretty big for me. We do Facebook parties, and the beauty about Facebook parties is that technically, if I wanted to, I could have 50 Facebook parties a month. You can't really do that with a home party, which home parties are amazing, and I strongly suggest them. But when you're using social media, being able to have access to that type of platform within a platform, meaning Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, creating a Facebook party and inviting people in is very similar to having a home party and inviting people to your home. So that's my way of being able to get out there and provide product information and videos and pictures and generate sales to my website through Facebook parties. In order to invite people to attend my Facebook parties, I either post on Facebook, I make a video on YouTube, I make a little word picture on Instagram, and point them back to the party online. I create an hour event for myself. There are other types of options. It could be a whole day, it could be a week. I like the 60-minute party because it's quick and easy. And people come on, I show product, I do little product demos through videos. We talk about the different types of products we have. It's kind of like doing a catalog walk, you know, presenting the products to the people that are attending and point them to your website. So it's kind of a mix between a home party, a basket party, and just having a catalog party. I've never had a problem with people not having the sense to smell. The descriptions that we have online are amazing. The catalog shows pictures of the color of the scent if they need to know that. But there are options. We can send them a basket tester. You know, we can send them a whole thing of testers. There's some brilliant people out there that have created our rub and smell stickers and made a book out of them so that all you do is send them that. So there's a lot of different ways that we can work around that for them to get the scent under their nose, but it's not completely necessary. The biggest thing that I tell people, please make it personal. Don't do mass invites. They don't care about them. We get way too many invites to events on Facebook nowadays that it gets looked over and deleted. Call them. Send them an email. Send them a postcard if there's enough time. Do like you would if you were going to have a home party. Make them feel like you really want them there, and they'll come.
The best way that I found to sell through social media is to, again, show Scentsy in my life. So if I'm cleaning my counters, I'm going to use counter clean because I love it anyway, so I might as well just show what I'm doing. And you can leverage many social media outlets in order to do that. I post a picture on Facebook, I post a picture or a little video on Instagram, I make a little video, even as silly as it is, like I said, it's not professional, but I post a little video on YouTube. And then I share that video and I pin things on Pinterest of myself using the products, or of a customer who just really loved this fragrance, or even just what I'm warming that day, or if there's one fragrance that's a limited time only, or one product, just showing how much I love it and saying, oh, you better read it fast. I posted with the brick, and I posted just a little picture of the brick next to my face, like a lot of us did. And I sold a lot of bricks that way without really intentionally selling. I was sharing. And that sharing is what others think, oh, I would like that too. Or, oh, you're right, that really does look like a great way to wash your laundry and have laundry day be fun. And then they will try it. So again, more sharing on social media, less selling, will actually lead to more selling.
So more sharing on social media, less selling will lead to more selling. And that, I think, is kind of the underlying theme here. We talked about that we're going to talk a little bit about sharing things on social media that will lead to that. So some of the things that Edie said was make things personal. Sometimes in Facebook, if you just go on Facebook and do like I do, I surf Facebook a lot. I'm one of those stalkers that rarely posts, and every once in a while I'll click the like button. Well, there's not anything personal about clicking the like button, is there? What do you all get out of the like button? Okay, they were there. That's pretty much what somebody saw this. And so rather than just clicking the like button, if you take the time just to put in even a little comment about what's going on, that brings your personality in. You comment on something because you connected with what they've said, and you may get some response back. And now you're following that, and you're going to be able to see other people on that same post that have the same connection that you had with it. But one of the things about being personal is that's what builds that relationship. If you just click the like button, I mean, it's almost like immediately that relationship is, okay, we were there and now we're done. And so you want that to be a long-standing relationship, one that carries on. Becky talked about quite a bit, just posting pictures, as we said right here with Penny the Pig. Posting pictures of bricks, sells bricks. I mean, just as simple as that. She gets her friends excited about bricks. Same thing can happen with quite a bit of your other products. If you love them, they love them. And she even says that she puts videos of herself using those products. And I'm telling you, ladies, how many of you think that you could sell a lot of kitchen soap if you start posting pictures of your man in front of the sink washing dishes? That's right, guys. Dishes time. I bring that out of all the love in the world for you guys. Don't hate on it. Okay, so mass Facebook postings. This is one of the things that Edie wanted to make sure and highlight. How many of you have received your 20,000th Candy Crush invite? So we all know that Facebook mass invites really don't go so far. They're not personal either. And she even says, to the extent possible, still reach out with those postcards. Still reach out with that phone call or that email, because that's going to connect and build that customer relationship a lot more than just saying, oh, here's a list of people, send it out. So make sure that we're always making it personal, and that's going to help build that relationship. So having mastered social selling, we need to talk a little bit about social recruiting. Off the top of this, I talked about how social selling is going to lead to social recruiting. It always does in your Facebook or in your home party environment. As you're selling product and people watch what you do and think I can do that, the same thing will happen here in Facebook. Those in social media will say, wow, it's not that much effort to do a Facebook party, and it looks like there's sales in this party, and I think I could do that too, and that leads to that conversation about social recruiting. It's going to attract people to your team by the personality that you put out there, that persona that you've built online. It's going to connect you personally through your interests, your purpose, and your promotion. Once you're starting to share that purposeful information, that personality will be out there and attract people. So just keep in mind that social recruiting is kind of the follow-on to social selling. It will come. It may not be everyone that you come in contact, but it will come just like it does in the home party environment. We have a consultant that does a lot of social recruiting. In fact, she claims to have built almost her entire team on social recruiting alone. Doesn't do a lot of the home environment. And she's been very successful as Superstar Director Amy Darrington, and she kind of gives us some ideas of what she has done in terms of social recruiting.
It's been the entire development of my business to use social media and recruiting. I've recruited nearly all of my team with social media. The most important part of social media and recruiting is to make sure that you're telling a story and you're authentic to yourself. Because Scentsy is a product that everyone loves. And people can get Scentsy anywhere. People can sell Scentsy. The idea of selling Scentsy is not a unique one or one that people have to buy into. But what they have to do is buy into you. And so you have to learn how to develop yourself and create that connection with people so that they want to get to know you and they want you to meet them. So in my situation, I have consultants that I've recruited all over the world. I have directors in Europe. I have consultants everywhere. And part of that connection for me was just getting to know them and not selling what I'm doing, but just sharing what I do at the right time. I don't jump into situations and say, hi, my name is Amy Darrington, and I sell something if you want to sell with me. You know, I will get to know them a little bit. In a lot of cases, a lot of my recruits have come from mom groups or knitting groups or groups where I have a shared interest with them. So we develop a relationship first, and then when we get to know each other, they find out what I do. And then we talk about why I love what I do. It turns into a natural, authentic conversation, which is what draws people in. It always starts with, you know, connecting with something that somebody says. So somebody will post, like for instance in a knitting group, somebody will post something that they've created and then you post on it and say, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I love the colors that you've chosen, or that's my favorite color, or something like that. And then you end up developing a conversation and then you take it offline. One of my favorite things that I like to do is as soon as I develop a connection, even if it's a 1-second connection, I'll friend them on Facebook. Because that gives them the impression that we are closer than we actually are. And it opens the door to creating that relationship. And once I've done that, we can, you know, private message and talk about other things. And, you know, then I ask them what they do for a living or how many kids they have. And then it turns into a conversation where they naturally will ask me the question back. And that creates the conversation. Don't sell Scentsy, share Scentsy. Don't sell recruiting, share it. Don't be a salesy person because people don't like that. It's not authentic. It's never authentic to push things on people or to impose it on people that don't want it. So make yourself available. Share what you love. I remember when I was learning how to do this stuff, I would post just things about recruiting like all the time, but with no stories attached and no personalization, and they would just get no interaction and no engagement whatsoever. But as soon as I started creating stories to go with what I wanted to say, the engagement naturally started developing. I would, you know, instead of just saying, hey, join my team, I would say something like, I am so excited. Today, my daughter went on a field trip, and I got to go with her because I work from home and I can do what I want. And I would post a picture of me and my daughter at the pumpkin patch and say, this is what I do, because I get to choose what I do with my life and how I get to do it.